Good afternoon and welcome back to DR Sports for another heated weekend preview show of myself, AGT on hosting duty today. Also got my brother Matisse.
Pleasure.
James B in the building. Some would say our favourite Arsenal fan.
I think you are.
Within the company, potentially. How are you? Good to see you again, my brother.
You're my favourite.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Yeah,
That's because I don't
100%.
spray paint on shirts and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Early dig.
I love James.
Early digging.
James always got something.
He's always got something packed.
He's always got a clip to unload.
And then, of course, Abbi Summers is here as well. How are you?
Good, you, Donny?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right.
Just made my way down from Liverpool. We got here. Big game tonight, isn't it? Chelsea versus Tottenham. We're going to dive into that. Don't forget, if you want to catch more preview bits and bobs, Matisse did a preview with Abbi on his channel, so make sure you go and check that out. But as you are watching us live right now, make sure you smash that like button, comment with your predictions for the games coming up this weekend, and then, of course, if you haven't already,
Smash up the likes and subscribe.
subscribe. It was the key one that I was looking for. Likes, comments, and then if you haven't...
How many marks do I get for that one?
Good effort, but C minus. Right, shout out to everyone who's jumped on the Superchat hype early. We will get through all of those, I promise you. There will be no skips today.
Are you sure?
100%.
Can we trust you to do
You
that?
can, all right, because there's not actually that many to get through compared to the Monday show. But listen, Battle of the Bridge tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Battle, is it?
It's more like a...
We're all Tottenham, aren't we?
What?
What am I tonight?
That sounds like the maddest thing coming out of an
Yeah,
Arsenal
because
fan's
no,
mouth.
but I know why. It's
Yeah,
because
I
he
get
wants
it,
us to
yeah.
build momentum to then go beat City. Honestly, don't care. Don't care.
Bear in mind, they are at Anfield
In
on
the same
Sunday
way
as well.
Tottenham fans want to lose that game against City.
Yeah.
We've done our bit with them now. I'm all, go on Tottenham, get your wins. Keep
hang
the
on.
pressure on Villa.
Can I confirm this?
Yes.
Tottenham's next 3 games, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, right?
No, Burnley in between.
Oh,
I've
Burnley
even
in
studied the
between.
fixtures. I know what's...
So you-
God,
so-
you really are me.
Burnley at home, yeah.
Are you
More things to
supporting
me.
Tottenham for the next 3 out of 4 games?
I need them to have Champions League to play for against
Simple
City.
question.
Yeah.
Are you supporting Tottenham for the next
Supporting
3 out of
strong.
4 games?
I
Strong,
want
isn't it?
them to win.
Strong take.
So you're supporting them in their
Or
pursuit
Villa
of victory?
to keep it. I need them close to Villa. So, however, ideally Villa
Just lose.
just are terrible, but they won't be. They're doing well. So yeah, I need Spurs going into because
crazy.
I
I,
just
don't
want
need
that
to
clip.
see.
Just-
Listen, all I'm going to say is when I say this and I have a narrative, I get clipped and I
Hey,
get trolled.
that's not
I'm
wrong,
just
to be
saying,
fair.
guys, there is a
not
big
wrong.
narrative FC going on over here,
There's bigger
and I
things at
want the
play.
same energy.
We've got a Premier League
Same
title on
energy.
the line. There's bigger things to. Cool. If they play Champions League football,
It's mad because if Spurs fans do that, they're called bitter. But when
Absolutely.
Arsenal fans do it,
Do you know what it
You know what,
is? It's that
it's-
fake
yeah.
narrative.
It's
It's
bitter.
that
It's nothing bitter.
I'm not saying
It's-
you necessarily,
Wishing
but
them well.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm wishing you well.
just
Or-
interesting. It's one rule for one and one rule for another, isn't it, lads?
Ideally,
Don't forget to vote
like I said,
today
Villa
if
are
you live in
terrible,
London.
they won't be. So
Oh yeah, it's May.
It is, yeah. Well, it's because you said one rule for one. That's the
don't
joke
vote.
I made. It's right. No worries. Right, let's dive into this one then, Matisse. You are at home. No,
Yes.
you are at home tonight.
We are
so
at
it is
home.
the Battle of the Bridge.
Yeah.
It's going to have...
Pochettino derby.
Yeah,
Let's just call it what it is.
100%. The Poch derby. Is there going to be some kind of, early summer, late night, maybe European atmosphere tonight, potentially under the lights at the bridge? Or is it just
I know there's
business as
a banner planned for Gallagher because we're selling a lot of our academy players for pure profit. So he's kind of the
It's a
kind
banner.
of symbol.
A banner?
Yeah, there's a banner to say don't. I don't know what the banner's going to say because obviously you wouldn't be allowed the banner if you was to say don't sell our academy products for pure profit. They
do you
just
mean one of
wouldn't
the
let it in.
big ones, like
Yeah.
the whole fan?
Tifo.
I think it's gonna. I think so.
Tifo.
I think so. I mean, it's
Wow.
gonna have to be to make a statement.
Is it
to
because
make,
you're
know-
worried he's going to come to Spurs?
No, it's not.
Or-
Well, to do it against Spurs is quite ironic because we are playing you, and obviously you guys are interested in him reportedly. But I think the overall overriding message is just stop selling our academy players for pure profit. So he's kind of the symbol of that. So that I don't know if that's going to provoke an atmosphere. I'm sure Tottenham usually should at home, but. Listen, it's the game itself as in isolation, of course, is a London derby, but in the grand scheme, it's not
Are
really.
Ian Martin's performance is doing that much to Chelsea fans that you need to start pulling out.
I never
banners
wanted
for
him to
Conor
leave.
Gallagher.
I
No,
never
know you
wanted
didn't. I'm
him
just-
to leave. I looked at Ian Matson. I thought that's. I know he doesn't have the height maybe to contribute in terms of set pieces, but we're not doing well on set pieces regardless. So at least make us a better team on the footballing side of things in possession. So I thought Ian Matson would have contributed quite well if he got an opportunity, but he never did. So yeah, man. Listen, am I looking forward to the game? Not really, because I'm a little bit worried. If we lose this game, the fan base is going to implode. I know I've said that about 10 times this season, but we will implode again.
Burnley 2-2 didn't quite kill them off.
We will implode again. For
that one didn't.
Or the 5-0 battering by you.
Yeah,
I mean,
But there was
you've
a
had
6-0 against Everton in between.
Oh,
all
yeah.
that, so-
We'll implode again.
When they thought they were good, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Are you feeling confident? Like,
No, I don't do confidence.
do you think you'll win?
Hope. Optimism.
I think this has. I think this has the
Hopium.
potential.
It's bringing back hopium, isn't it? We're bringing that
I
back.
think this has potential for game of the season. I actually think the one at Tottenham was the game of the season. I know there was the
saw your
4-4
tweet,
Chelsea
yeah.
City as well,
But
yeah.
I actually think if you're talking pure drama, the way Tottenham started that game, the red cards, the penalties, the fact that Chelsea played so long against 9 men against some high line and couldn't get the goals, then they did get the goal, then Spurs and 9 men nearly got one back. I think for pure drama, that was the game of the season. I mean, I don't know
enjoyed it a lot.
if all 11 men are staying on the
Bet you
pitch.
did.
22 men, actually. But I think there's going to be... I don't know. I think this has potential for game
There
of the
should be
season
goals.
again.
Neither team can defend set pieces. Both
Amen.
teams are very aggressive in terms of they'll press, they'll play a highish line. Tottenham will play an extremely high line, and that will give us chances. So I expect, unless the one thing is that both teams are not clinical. None of the teams have clinical forwards, apart from maybe you say Son, but he's not in great form. We saw the miss that he had in the North London derby. We don't have clinical forwards outside of Palmer. So there's a chance that this could be a 0-0, and it's just everybody missing big chances. Similar to the Dortmund PSG game, it could have been 4-3 the other day, but it was only 1-0 because everyone was missing big chances. So
Have we ever had a 0-0 in this?
I don't know.
Can someone check this?
Luckily for
stat?
you, I do have a couple of stats,
Oh,
and they
go
don't
on.
read that well for
I
you,
think
Abby.
one win in 20 years, is it?
A bit worse. Chelsea have lost just one of their last 33 home league games against Tottenham, going down 3-1 in April 2018,
Dele Alli.
when Spurs were managed by Mauricio Pochettino. So, Abby, my question to you, you mentioned it was the Poch derby.
Yeah.
Can he maybe... is he going to give Spurs any opportunities to maybe do the dirt on him because of the kind of level of what's the rivals between these two clubs? Do you think that he's got something to prove against Tottenham, or do you think they're going to come and try and do what he did against Chelsea in 2018?
I think that obviously he would love to win this game, just how he did in October, November time. I mean, obviously we gifted that. We were in complete control of that game.
Crazy
Gift
game.
a lot of victories.
We
don't
really do. We
Yeah,
really,
they're
really
all
do.
gifts.
But that one in particular...
We gifted you one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the rest did. That one against Chelsea was the biggest gift because we were in complete control of that game, had complete head loss. Romero, Doggy gets sent off. Obviously, Maddison and Mickey van de Ven both injured, all in the space of about 10 minutes. So
bad day.
that was just a bad day. Like, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. I think, look, of course he's going to want to win this. It's against his old club. But Spurs really need to win this game. Really, really need to win this game. I mean, we conceded 7 goals in the last 2 games. We've scored 2. I mean, 1 being a pen. So Tottenham need to win. It's not even about Champions League. We just need to kind of like get back into a winning way.
Yeah.
There has been some questions about Ange. You know, there's the fan base is starting to like murmur some things. Not saying Ange out or anything like that, but just like we're trying to hold
account.
to hold into account for playing the high line, or you know, maybe the lack of tactics within the game. So this is one we really need to win. There's no Ben Davies tonight either, so I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing on that left hand side.
Well, it could be Emerson Royale, but it could be Van de Ven and then bring Dragusin in for set pieces.
Yeah,
We've got a lot of injuries.
We spoke about you've got. I think I saw yesterday. You've only got 11 first
Nkunku,
team players
Colwill,
fit.
Gusto, and
They're not-
Disasi.
Yeah.
Potentially all out.
Yeah, they're all out.
But
So-
which means that your academy will probably have the best night of their life, and you'll beat us. So I don't know what we're going to
Alfie
do.
Gilchrist.
Gilchrist versus Richarlison is going to be hilarious.
Can we just
I
clear
don't
this
know
up?
what
Is it
they're doing.
Gilchrist or
I call him Gilchrist.
Okay, because
I think
Gilchrist is how it's
Gilchrist,
pronounced.
yeah.
Right, okay. All right. No, I was just clearing that up.
I honestly don't know how tonight is going to go. I don't think we've had a 0-0 or anything like that from off the top of my head. I can't even think of one where it's been goalless. It's always very fiery, spicy little fixture. I don't know. I just don't know how this is going to go.
Matisse, look at this though. Tottenham Chelsea after a win After a run of just one win in 14 Premier League home games between March and November last year, horrendous. Chelsea have now won 7 of the last 9 at Stamford Bridge. They've scored 29 goals in the last 10 league home games, as many as they had in their previous 27. Now,
6 was in one game.
The table doesn't lie. We know
sure
that.
about that?
Well, according to Google.com.
Doesn't feel like it.
According to Google.com.
I'll take it.
Matisse doesn't remember enjoying that many days.
He's like, I can't recall one day I've enjoyed.
I mean, it sounds good.
Just sitting there, I don't
It
recall.
sounds quite good. Have you maybe turned Stamford Bridge in the last few months? Oh, because I was going to say, is it becoming a fortress
No.
again? But
You've had a lot of draws, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, we drew to Burnley, I believe, at home.
For sure.
10
Yeah.
men.
You
For
did,
sure.
yeah.
Should have won.
So, no, it's not a fortress for sure. I don't even recall that even being a thing, what you just said, but I'll take it.
Wow.
So, no, let's just move on. I'm not even going to give you a segment on that. I don't know what that stat is.
I'm very
Blame
concerned.
Was it all comps?
I'm just
include a couple.
Must be.
I'm just as
cup runs in
concerned
there.
as I am going
must
into
be.
any game. Just as concerned as I'm going into any
Well, that's
game.
an average of around about 3 goals per home game.
I don't actually.
In the
I
last
honestly
10.
just don't know what's going
But
to happen.
again, we're
tonight.
not clinical.
Same.
So
We both can't defend.
yeah, we can't defend
5-5,
set pieces. They
6-6.
can't.
No, I'm
defend
not
set
joking.
pieces.
This could be like a really high score, like a 4-3, or
It could
I
be.
think I did in our preview a 2-2.
Yeah.
But I can see it being got. Like,
Remember in
just goals.
07-08, there was that 4-4?
4-4.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
White
That
Lane,
was a
when you were
great
wearing
game.
your anniversary kit.
was a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
knowledge.
I actually agree. I've
Yeah.
got no idea where this is going.
I literally can't.
3-1
predict
Chelsea,
it.
4-2 Spurs, 3-3.
Yeah,
I have-
4-2 is a good shout.
I have
like,
no idea. I think both will get
We just
5
can't.
big chances
We're just
each,
so
minimum.
not clinical, right? So I'm looking at where the goals are going to come from. I think he needs to start with Richarlison, personally, for me.
I actually agree with that.
When I looked at the game against Arsenal, like our front line is exceptionally small, so
I
we have
think
no
he had to
aerial
start that
threat.
game. In a derby,
I
he would
felt
have
he-
ruffled up a few feathers.
Absolutely,
Shithoused a bit.
and when he come on, I felt like he did do that.
Yeah.
So for me, I would have an option of Richarlison, which is an aerial threat, because we kept floating these balls into the box for what? For
It's mad that he played Werner
a
ahead of
5'7".
Richarlison,
Well, Werner went off after 15 minutes.
know,
He
but
Because he
could've-
why-
played his
why
last
did we
game for
start him?
Spurs.
Probably not. We'll probably sign him in the summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did
have
we
you
start him?
have you seen how my club operates? Have you seen how Daniel Levy operates?
Sure. But
Yeah.
wow.
Because it's 15 million, and he'll say, "Oh, what's a bargain?" Which it's not.
Bargain.
It's a bargain. For me, I would go Richarlison. What I also learned from that game, we were exceptionally narrow as well. Didn't utilise the flanks whatsoever against Arsenal. An area which we should do, considering we've got so many wingers. I'm worried about us
I worry about
defensively.
us as
Set
well.
piece. I can't take another goal with the
The
zonal
warrior.
marking. Like the zonal marking for me is a
tell you,
big problem.
We don't even have any attacking threat on the set pieces. I'm thinking like Silva gets a few goals, he's not in. Disasi is quite a bully, he's not in. It's going to be Badia Shaw, Chalobah. That's it.
Disasi
Yeah, but
scored
you
that goal the other night.
Yeah.
It was disallowed.
Yeah,
but he's not
But
playing,
what I said
so
to
he
you
isn't.
about
Correct.
Chelsea is that you take shots outside the box, which is something Spurs actually don't really do. Conor Gallagher loves a goal.
Does he?
Well, I think he does.
He's not
He's not prolific, but he pops up with a few.
It's not a lot.
That's
though.
an
all love a
option
goal.
from your midfield. Cole Palmer as well. So I would say you're a lot more potent than
Yeah.
us, especially lately in terms of getting a goal. I don't know what he'll go for in terms of his winger roulette this week. If he'll go Brennan or Kulu
Or Son.
or Son. I mean, obviously there's Maddison as well. I mean,
He needs a big game.
We-
Will
we
he change the
haven't-
midfield?
Yeah.
Basuma, Sarr,
I just don't know.
Højbjerg.
Højbjerg.
I think he
Some options,
personally. I think he needs.
They got options.
He needs to play Sarr. I think for the legs, and I said that in the derby. I was really surprised he didn't. Just for kind of like the progression and the ball carriage, you need Sarr.
No, I
in
agree
there.
Uh,
with that. So I don't know. I don't know if he'll go. Kulusevski had a good game the other day. Probably the best one he's had in a long time. Held the ball up well.
All I'll say is this: if one of you get a 2-goal lead, don't rest easy. That's
that's
all-
for
You've
sure.
seen how we both
Like,
defend.
yeah,
we
yeah,
won't
yeah.
be.
This
There
feels
are-
like Chelsea Man United all over again.
It'll be stress
Both your
Stamford Bridge.
Tottenham have felt like comeback kings at times over the last few years.
At home.
And at times it's kind of papered
Yeah,
over
at home.
cracks
At
a
home.
touch. Yeah, that's true, but still spirited lot, high line, all that you might.
Oh.
Chelsea, I feel like Stamford Bridge and Chelsea do rise for Tottenham. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
yeah.
There just is like, okay, but even the 2-2 last season with the hairpun and Kukurea,
Yeah.
like you battered them that game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Chelsea, no matter what group of players go out there, they understand it's Tottenham.
Does that annoy you though?
We both get that.
Does that annoy you in a way? Yes, it's great to go up for a local derby against Tottenham, but where was this fight and this get up for the Burnleys, the Sheffield Uniteds, etc.? Does that annoy you that they can't? I mean, it's same with me.
I think that's
It
human
does, but
nature.
I think
It's a
Tottenham also play into our hands a little bit because they will be very aggressive in their press and they'll leave space in behind, and then that allows our forwards to make those runs. Whereas the teams that you're mentioning, I think tactically we need to also be better as well.
You go.
But we're probably going to invert Cucurella like we did against Villa in the second half. Well, maybe we will. I don't know. I have no idea. But we looked good in the second half against Villa, and he was playing in midfield next to Caicedo. So I'd be interested.
Villa second half, I think, was probably one of your best games of the season.
Damn.
It's a fair point. Well,
Villa second half was one of your best games. That's what we've got to
Villa
now.
second
The
half.
last 45 minutes. You get full 90s. You get full 90s, don't you? You get full 90s. 120s. You get 45 minutes.
To be fair,
that
I
weren't even
thought
a dig, to be fair.
I know.
I thought
It's
minute 20
ridiculous.
to 35, they were really good at the end.
I didn't. Yeah, I did as
minute
well.
20 to
I
So just
I said
small
that
sample size, but if
No,
you
but they
stretch it
had their
out.
moments. Like I did feel that in that game when you beat them last week. That in that first half they had spells, but if they had
Jackson could have
if
scored.
they had Palmer on the
totally
pitch that day, I feel like he would have got at the end of one or maybe two of those chances and going at half time looking a bit different. But you had no threat.
This is big. Obviously, the Champions League chase I've joked about, but Europe's not off the cards for Chelsea. And I heard you, I think it was on Mid-Six, you were saying, like, you can't take the Conference League seriously with what you've won. And I totally get that. Like, I actually do. But
Don't start. You would
dare you?
never.
But hold on.
Go into the Conference
James is
League.
talking.
and I'm not trying...
If you get it, you get it.
If you get it...
But it's not something I'm aiming for, because that
course
means
not.
I'm not holding people to account.
Totally understand. But is there not
crazy.
a sense of, like,
Must.
it's a bit like Jose Mourinho in that, because you've won the Europa League, you've won the Champions League,
just go and win that as well.
just get the third
But if you
one.
don't
We've
win
won
that,
all three.
If you go into that and you
know.
don't win that, now we're on a whole nother level of embarrassment.
Yeah, but I just think you've got a really young group, which was a clear strategy. If they just, get into the Conference League, you could sneak Europa, but if you get Conference League, you win it. It's
My
a
problem
European
is that
trophy.
if we get Conference League, does that mask things for the board? Do they see
No,
that as
I don't think
right?
it
We've
does.
we've hit
Christ,
it. We've hit it. No, but they
then
might
they're
they
a
might say
shambles.
they
If
might
it
say
does, they're a
right.
shambles.
We've reached
It's a
European football now, so
it's a European trophy.
Do you know what I mean? So we
I
have to
don't think with
be
the £1
careful.
billion spent, their return that they want
Listen.
is Conference League.
You
That
can never
vase,
be.
you can
never,
buy that in.
With
many
all the briefs
stores.
that we get and all
buy it in
the
home sense.
reports and articles that
TK
drop, you
Maxx.
can never
mate.
be too sure. Europa League really, when you're not playing in Europe for a whole season, you should really be getting Europa League football at a minimum. Once
Well-
you start dropping below that, it's getting a bit embarrassing.
We've asked the chat to get involved. Who is winning the Battle of the Bridge? It's pretty even, to be honest. Chelsea
Yeah.
38%, draw 31, Tottenham 31
It's
as
tough.
well.
I mean, I get it. No one knows how to call this.
Just don't
Let's
know.
jump into the super chats. Mark T says, "Love this week's Best of Enemies." A round of applause for the
was very
production
good.
team.
So all timer in terms of views as well.
It's an all-timer. Shout out to Alice, the incredible singer that came on and absolutely cooked
put
it
that together?
in the most beautiful way.
Who do you think?
Right? It was Mr.
Jason.
Mr. Jason.
Mr. Milne.
Yeah.
The introduction was on point, says Mark. What a performance. The lady's voice is so high, it could join the Spurs back line. Lol. But I support Spurs from now on.
I got it.
Yeah,
really
no, it's
high
quite...
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got it.
Is it a tenor? Is that what they call
A
that
tenor.
kind of singing?
Tenor.
No idea.
I've no idea.
Tenor?
Oh, they've got the intro.
You don't know about...
Oh, we've got the intro?
Let's play it.
Let's run it.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
play it. Why not?
Go on, let's
Before we get into the show, I've got something very special for you.
I don't want it.
Introducing
I
Alice.
don't want it.
Take it away. Bravo. Thank you, Alice. That was beautiful. Bravo.
And if you hadn't seen it, you have now. That is an unbelievable Best of Enemies intro, one that goes down in the history books. Stefan Guerrero says, can't wait for Robbie's Tottenham Believe. Obviously, Robbie will be looking for a Spurs victory, especially against Liverpool, Man City. JR says, look how Robbie is acting right now, painting on a Spurs shirt, having a singer roast expressions, King Kai on Mattis. Man, imagine if they win the league. Oh, hell no. Man United rise, save football.
I'm not going to lie,
us.
even as an Arsenal fan, I was like, oh, we're going to be insufferable if we win this league. Like,
Oh, you've only just realised that?
yeah, but you know,
I don't think James
You know,
will
I
be.
don't.
No, you're not.
You know, if I win the title, I'll just be like,
You're not particularly
I'll give it a come
insufferable.
on. That's it.
You're,
that's,
you're not the problem.
Like you did when you got that 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
Come on.
Get in there.
Come on. That
Point game. That kind of thing.
We want that passion and energy.
That's kind of where I'll be, and then you'll have.
But it's not you. You're
Robbie,
not. You're not
Cecil,
the problem.
They'll be insufferable.
He's not the
Fine.
problem,
No,
is he?
no.
No, it's
That's why he's in
I might.
it's the rest of the building.
But you know, I
is the
wonder if
problem.
I'm not the problem because
And
I'm
the
too
postcode.
worried about it going wrong.
Yeah, it's the
Probably.
postcode.
And then if it goes
the
right, I'll be
borough.
insufferable as
Yeah,
well.
and you'll be
So
shocked.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Well, listen, who knows what will
Rise,
happen?
Manchester
Still twists
United.
and turns, mate.
Rise,
Rise
rise,
up.
rise.
Angry Christmas Baby. Interesting name. Says, Matisse, Spurs fan here. The year is 2018. Who's more at fault for Son's goal, Jorginho, Luiz or Kepa?
What?
Yeah, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So let's try and ask him some more
why are
recent
we-
questions.
Asking
Is
that
he
now.
talking about the Wembley one where you run through everyone?
Yeah.
In the yellow kit.
Yeah.
Yellow
Why
jersey.
would-
Oh,
Yeah.
Sarri days.
Yeah.
Sadly,
yeah.
ball.
I can't remember
I think
who'd
that's
be
what
at
he's
fault.
talking
I think everybody would be at fault.
Fair
Yeah.
enough, pretty much everyone.
Great goal though.
RAK, what happened to the Saturday football show? Was Sky Sports too much of a competition? Hopefully it's coming back. That's all I'm going to say.
That
Hopefully
hurts you,
it's coming
doesn't
That
back.
hurt. You can
That
see
hurt.
that hurt.
Hopefully,
That
touch
really-
wood, it's back.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You got this.
Little
You
bit.
got
Right in the
this.
chest.
Can you take over a sec? Omar, if the league started in November, Bournemouth would be 5th.
Big up
Wow.
Bournemouth.
Shout out the Cherries.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk
Bournemouth.
about them properly. They're coming
Yeah.
to the Emirates, and
They are.
everyone's
Absolutely.
thinking,
So
ooh,
next up on the preview, mate.
I
Yeah,
actually
no.
back them more than I back United at this moment in time.
Sheldon Jackson says, curious, if you had to pick one team from the Championship, League One and League Two to be in the Prem, who would be the teams that y'all would choose?
Yeah.
American watcher there, thank you. Championship, I mean, obviously Leicester and Ipswich are probably coming up, so should we just do League One and League Two? And I think Portsmouth have just got back into the Championship from
Yeah.
League
see
One.
Portsmouth back.
League
I don't
Two.
know.
I'd like to see Sunderland back.
Oh, that's
Just-
a great
Newcastle.
shout.
Yeah,
That's a great
yeah,
shout.
yeah.
For the
that
derby, Timeway derby.
I know, but we did see that and they absolutely
could not
bottled
be.
I
it.
know, but
But
I was
then-
just for Barclays history, like to have
The Bolton.
them.
I get annoyed though. I get annoyed, and please,
Blackburn.
fans of these clubs, don't get annoyed at me, okay? Because obviously everyone gets their own merit. But I'm looking at the playoffs. Leeds, Southampton, Norwich, West Brom, and Hull have a chance.
Yeah.
I want a Middlesbrough, or a Coventry, or a Preston, or a Bristol. Like it is
Preston.
great when like
Wigan.
other clubs and there's other trips. But obviously it's whoever deserves it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally
I
get
hear
that. I'm not sitting there going,
You want some
But
variety?
it's like I'm really excited for Ipswich. I know they're
Yeah,
a point
yeah,
away.
yeah, same.
But that's great.
Yeah.
Championship, I don't know.
Let's have a look.
Well, League One, you've got Portsmouth who have gone up, Derby have gone up, you've got Bolton, the Posh, you've got big teams in there like Charlton, who obviously,
Exeter, lovely place.
were in the Prem. Going there
Right.
tomorrow. Yeah, for a
Yeah.
wedding.
Maybe
some
like
decent
Peterborough, because they are very from what
Hold tight, Barry Fry.
from my very casual
I mean, Wrexham, I
following.
feel like would be a popular one.
Jack's a posh fan,
Wrexham
isn't
is
he?
a popular.
Wrexham's popular.
Wimbledon,
Wrexham, yeah.
another London
Wrexham.
club.
Notts County.
Crawley, shout out Cess.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah,
course.
Crawley
Next
legend.
player.
It'd be great for him to see his
That would
club
be good
back.
for me, because that's only 20 minutes from me.
You can just go see
across the water.
you can go watch WSL at Tranmere.
That's where they play at Preston
Big
Park.
win last night for
Against
Liverpool.
Chelsea.
Liverpool
Yeah,
ladies.
we fucked up.
That.
That's
yeah?
my season
4-3,
finished now.
big
Shout
game.
out, our number
Finished
9,
for Chelsea.
Finished.
Great goal.
Finished.
Very Gerard Torres-esque, the winner last night. But yeah, great super chat that. Shout out to you. Guna Huss says, Abby,
Yeah.
would you take winning the FA Cup if it meant Arsenal winning the league and winning the Champions League all in the same season?
What? Sorry, you want me to?
No, okay, just the
Sorry?
Premier
Be
League.
more realistic,
Just the
Guna,
Premier League,
No.
right?
Just the Premier League. You get an FA Cup, we win the
Now,
Premier
how about
League.
this? I'll make
Come on.
it a bit more level.
We could share the streets in North London. You guys get your parade one day. We get our parade the other day.
That's dangerous, though.
You get
isn't
an
it?
FA Cup.
Very
So let's say you
Yeah,
get
two
an FA
different
Cup.
days.
Well, understaffed
Let's say you get an FA
police.
Cup, but
Yeah.
Arsenal get a Carabao and a Europa League.
Trust
in
me,
the
we
same
won
season.
No,
14 times
not
FA Cup, it's
two,
brilliant.
not two.
All right, you're
two.
Just the
all right,
Premier League,
Prem
though.
then.
I'd rather them win the Europa League. Europa League and an FA Cup.
That's what I mean. I'm trying to make her give a bit more of a realistic answer.
If you were to win like the Europa League and we won an FA Cup, yeah, fine.
What's bigger, the Europa League or the FA Cup?
Europa League, in my opinion.
I don't care.
I think Europa.
That's fine. You can win the Europa.
But FA Cup is more prestige.
Yeah, you can win that. That I'd take that, but I don't think
fair compromise.
The Premier League one, and definitely on the Champions League one.
Shout out Monty.
It doesn't count.
Not a major honour.
Only you.
But you got to win something to get into that in the first
Only
place.
you class that.
No, you could finish second and hope City sweep the lot.
That's what happened with us one year.
That's how you've been getting in.
Yeah, but we
shameless
lost.
Wembley trip in August.
No, we got other trophies as well, to be fair. Most out of any team in the country.
Okay.
So Monty says, I think it's much more shameless to want Spurs to win than your own team to lose. Big up, James. Come on, you Gunners. Shout out Monty.
Just push City to the end.
So nice. They named him twice. Fidget06. Some of the names today are outrageous. Abby, remember the name Nicholas Jackson. Brackets, we lose. Unfortunately. Shout out to Solomon with the super chat. We see you, brother. Right, let's jump into the other games. Don't forget, after Spurs play Chelsea, they do go to Anfield on Sunday, which we will preview more in depth later on in the show and on the Clock TV tomorrow with Abby. And I know she's absolutely buzzing for that one. I know she's really excited.
I think you get something.
Okay.
I feel like that's going to be the one.
I actually did as well.
I think that might be
But
the one.
anyway,
we
we'll save
actually
that.
get
Don't ruin it, James.
Sorry, we'll get
Sorry, that's all coming tomorrow morning.
Should we talk about next week's
Arsenal Bournemouth, 12:30. How do you feel? 12:30 kickoff.
Oh, it's
Is it nice?
12:30.
I'm going, and
Nice.
I've been a problem because I've been to a lot of the home games we've dropped points in this season.
Oh, please, God.
Get there early then.
So should you really be going? Is the question.
If you loved your club, you probably wouldn't go. I'd make a sacrifice like that.
Of course you would.
Well,
course you would.
I've also been to some wins. I was at Porto. Okay, obviously the expectation is we win.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got to keep building on this momentum. But Bournemouth are good. Andoni Iraola is a very good manager. One of my, we all have bad takes, but one of my good ones when we all did our Premier League predictions was, I think Bournemouth might be up there. Based on nothing at all, their recruitment was quite good. They spent some money, but their manager came with a really good reputation. It was either Arteta or Pep or someone was speaking very highly of them.
Arteta, I think it was. Because they go back, don't they?
Yeah, they
to,
always-
I thought I'd heard that, but then
the Basque country.
So I didn't know if there was some connection,
Yeah.
but they play really good football. They've got some really tricky players. They've actually got quite a range of profiles in their team. Solanke gives a bit of presence as well as a technical edge up front. The likes of Cliver, I think he's picked up a few goals recently. Look, I'm no expert on
Childhood
Bournemouth.
teammates in the Basque country.
Okay, there you go. I'm no
Summer
expert
of
on Bournemouth,
94.
but I respect them a lot. When they beat Brighton
They're in really
3-0
good
the other
form,
day. Sorry?
Yeah,
There was a stat that went out. They're fifth in the form table since like November.
They've picked...
Yeah, well, they'd be fifth in the table.
No,
since
this one
November.
got me,
Just
right?
got that.
And please go double check this. But apparently, after your 8 wins and 2 draws to start the season really well, since then, Bournemouth have picked up more points than Spurs. Apparently.
Yeah, I saw
Shout
a
out
thing the
Dom
other day
Solanke.
that said Spurs would be 10th if it was based since the second
Which I
half
kind of
the
hate
season.
these things because, let's just ignore the
Yeah,
first 10 games of the
let's just
season.
ignore
But
that.
I think the point is it really highlights Bournemouth's form. The whole styles make fights thing, which Laurie likes to talk about, obviously, the boxing terminology. But are they the kind of team that will try play and we might, enjoy that? A bit like Spurs the other day.
yeah.
A little bit. It wouldn't surprise me if...
Hopefully they don't do what we do.
See,
But it wouldn't surprise me if Bournemouth come out this game with more possession than us,
Yeah.
That we just go, let's just be a bit
Give you all the
sensible,
ball, yeah.
we'll have our moments. Of course, I'm confident. Of course, I'm extremely hopeful that we take it to Old Trafford the week after. But we're in that stage where any drop points and it's title done. It is. That's where we are. That's three games to
I
go.
was looking at that Saturday and I'm kind of disappointed that Arsenal and City don't kick off at the same time because I think that would create a really nice dynamic, a really nice.
Is there an advantage
blend
to
of
playing
pressure.
first or after?
Yeah, if they
do
were
you
both
think?
playing the same time.
I think there's an advantage to playing first or after.
I think it's
whoever's got the points
think
on the board.
first,
I think
yeah.
first is good for you because you get to focus on your own game. You're not thinking
Rather
about
than
what
I'd
happened.
say
chasing what City are
first.
doing.
Yeah, I think
I
first.
think if City dropped points at Fulham and then we played after,
But guess what?
there'd be more
Sometimes
pressure.
it doesn't even matter.
Well,
Yeah.
I think ultimately it doesn't because you can look at it either
City
way.
I would just love them to kick off at the same time, and then you hear like a goal's gone in at the other stadium, and then it's like it's
Yeah.
already not the final
nice,
day, but
mate,
it's coming
trust me.
up before
Final minute, final
But
day.
the way you describe Bournemouth, I was going
not
to
fun.
give this game a
Trust
miss,
me.
but I might cover it now.
They're good.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to miss.
What are we going to call that on Saturday?
It's still sacrificial Saturday.
But it's early to be
It's
sacrificing.
very early to be sacrificing, but like.
So what about?
Initially, I was going to leave it alone because the 2 games are really spread out. But the way that we're talking about Bournemouth just makes me feel like I wouldn't want to miss something.
Wouldn't want to miss something big.
Potential.
Wouldn't
to
want
go
to miss
wrong.
a potential banana skin.
I'm really hoping last year's 3-2 win, the Reece Nelson moment, all that, is also a wake-up call to Arsenal. Like, I remember the previews going to that Bournemouth game. Do we give Vieira a run out for this one? Do we bring in Tomiyasu? And actually ended up being a very sticky game. We found a way. But, yeah, I hope they learn from that. Now it's just get your best 11 out there, wherever it is.
Yeah.
Up 3 points.
Looking at the top scorers table right now, Dominic Solanke, 18 goals scored, is only
season.
3 goals behind Erling Haaland, sits currently ahead of Mo Salah as well. We've seen Kluivert rise in recent weeks. I'm not saying that you are maybe taking at all Bournemouth lightly, but this turnaround for Miriola, I mean, 30 years ago, they met... they were born less than 6 miles apart from each other. They kind of came up with Xabi Alonso in the Basque area. What job he's done in terms of changing the narrative, because if we go back to October, November, he was odds on to lose his job.
Yeah, he wasn't far off Luton, Sheffield United, Burnley, and he pulled away. But Bournemouth's performances weren't that bad. I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head, obviously, Bournemouth's first 10, but I remember they had quite a few difficult... They went to Anfield. They lost that game 3-1, but they caused you some problems. There are a few other games in there. And I just thought, this is not a badly coached side. They just need that 1 or 2 wins. And suddenly they start believing, actually, we belong after what was a really good escape last season as well, where they climbed up the table. So, I feel like Bournemouth's work in the Premier League has gone very underrated. Because they came up with Scott Parker. He lost his job very early, and Gary O'Neill got the job. And
Gary O'Neill should never have actually got sacked, by the way.
Well, yes and no, because...
He's a very good manager.
No, he is a
Gary
very good
O'Neill.
manager, but it wasn't a performance thing. It was a stylistic and future thing, and Iraola fit it. And I remember, because he started well with Wolves, I think, O'Neill, and people were saying, here we go, Bournemouth, they pulled the trigger too soon. But actually, Iraola is more what they needed. So Bournemouth's work and the big decisions they've made, and the signings they've made, and the appointments they've made, that has actually gone really under the radar.
Yeah.
And
Did you say you had a sticky game against them? You won 4-0.
No, the 3-2 last season.
3-2. Oh, the Reece Nelson.
That was
last
under
minute.
O'Neill, to be fair. Yeah, Reece.
Right.
No, this season 4-0, we were pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it was.
I would say that I think they did a good job sticking with him. I mean, I think that's a lesson to a lot of managers, that the first, especially if it's someone new, getting your message across early doors as to how you want a team to play. You can if it's not working out, teams can be very quick to say, no, this is not working, let's just spin it. But the credit to them, they stuck with it, and then you can see the style of play that they have now, something that I don't think they necessarily really had since kind of coming up, as you said, completely different stylistically to what they had before. And now they're having a really good season. I think they can do something.
This raises a good question. Is this the fewest sackings we've seen in the
must
Premier
be.
League season? For Poch stuck by him, Ten Hag stuck by him, Company, Edwards.
I think the Poch one is more the
Iraola.
financial side of it. I don't necessarily think you've got the money to sack at the minute.
I don't even think it's a financial.
How many managers have been sacked this season?
I'm going through them all.
Roy
the top
Hodgson?
5, no.
Roy Hodgson was sacked up.
West Ham are stuck with Moyes.
Yeah.
Chelsea stuck with Brighton stuck with De Zerbi, but I think that's obviously correct. Palace, okay, they made a change with Glasner. Everton were in a sticky pit,
Forest.
but they're obviously...
Forest.
Got Sean Dyche. Yeah.
Sean Dyche never going anywhere. Brentford are sticky moments, but obviously stuck with Frank.
And Sheffield.
Forest major. Yeah, so 3.
Three.
So 3
That
is
must
not
be a
lot.
record.
I reckon that's a great shout, James. It is probably up there with the record. Paul Heckingbottom was sacked from Sheffield United. I forgot to do score predictions for the Chelsea game, then we'll get back onto this one. So Chelsea-Tottenham, score predictions. I'll start us off. Why not? 3-3, just because why not, really?
I was thinking that.
It's not great analysis from
I'm going
myself.
to say 3-2 because I do think there'll be goals, but both teams can't defend. Both teams aren't clinical, so I could be wrong. This could be 0-0, but I'm just going to say 3-2.
There's no way this
so.
is 0-0. No way this is 0. We'd have to actually both defend. So
No, you could not defend and just miss chances.
I know, but there's no way that we don't concede. I'm going to go 2-2, but I do think it might be higher.
James?
3-2 Spurs.
I'll take
Gone for it.
Cheeky.
He's gone for it.
I think David Wright gave you some confidence for the
I
next
hope
game.
so.
So good
And do
on
you know
him.
what? I
Think
won't even be shameless about it. I won't.
Just
do you mean?
is what it is.
But you're just nodding along.
I feel like my energy's been sapped.
Same.
Why? Hold on. Why? Why
If
has
we
your
win,
energy been sacked?
I
My
wouldn't dare.
energy's just been sapped.
If we win, I wouldn't dare.
Because I can't believe what we did last week. And I just don't feel like I've recovered.
Is what it is. Well, listen,
there's not enough time in
trip to
between the
Anfield.
games to recover.
Spurs
to get
having
my
a good
energy back
season.
up.
No, Spurs having a good season. No.
Score predictions for Arsenal,
Just
Bournemouth.
feeling negative right now.
I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal. I do
2-1.
think Solanke scores, but I think Arsenal find a way.
2-1. If anyone thinks Arsenal are going to make this nice and comfy at 12:30 on a Saturday, no, that's not what our club does. 2-1.
Mama, put it on the line. Come on.
I would love Bournemouth, Dom Solanke, somebody
Right.
just
Cobham rise.
Cliver,
Stop saying you would love. You had your chance.
Semenya.
I'm going to go, yeah, I
Come
know,
on.
that's why I have no right to even ask, but I'm going to say 2-2.
2-2.
Bournemouth to do something mad.
A lot
like
of
it,
mad
mate.
shouts in the
I
chat.
like that.
4-4, 3-2, 2-6, 3-2, 3-0. Looking forward to that game tonight as a neutral. There is a game tomorrow evening in the Premier League. Friday night kickoff at Luton, 8 o'clock against Everton. If you look at the table, I mean, Luton, 25 points. They are absolutely fighting right at the bottom of the barrel for their lives. But Everton, all of a sudden, now look very comfy in 15th place on 36 points when you consider the points deductions that they've had as well. Luton have to win this game, don't they, James?
Yeah. Sorry, who's at home? Luton.
Luton at
I
home.
was going to say Everton have had 3 home games in a row, and fair play, picked up 3 clean sheets and did the job.
And won all of them, yeah.
That was I think Sean Dutcher looked at as the week to confirm
That's the
safety.
week.
Right? Win those 3, and they did. Luton have to. It's difficult because they'll be in good form. You know who've snuck up there? And sorry, it does take away from this game. But you know who snuck up there is Burnley. Out of nowhere. I'm like,
Luton look
They have
clear
a chance.
couple weeks
Burnley
ago.
might do it.
Yeah.
Burnley
Well,
needs...
it's Forest. So one of these,
took points
2
off
of these
Chelsea
are going
and
down.
United.
Forest, Luton, and Burnley, and one will
Burnley
be
have
safe.
they have a legitimate chance. If Luton have a chance, Burnley have a chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they might have left it too late. I'm going to go for a Luton spirited 2-1 win.
Luton spirited 2-1 win. I like that.
Kenilworth Road.
I think Everton naturally
Friday
will
night.
take the foot off the gas a little bit, not because they're unprofessional,
But
just
'cause they're
more.
safe.
It's been an
They are
exhausting
safe.
season.
There's still
for them,
games
man.
to go.
It's been exhausting for
Yeah.
them. With people forget this ownership stuff is still like
So
Still
the
losing.
point,
going
the
on in
double
the
point
background.
deduction.
Are there delays with the stadium? I'm not sure about that. They've got the
think there
points.
is,
They've
yeah.
had the general battle itself.
How many points did they end up getting off in the end?
8 in total, I think.
So
it
they
was
got-
10 that went to 6 and then an extra 2, wasn't
So it
it?
was 8. So 30.
Yeah.
They were deducted, then they were given back, then they were deducted again.
So they'd be 12. They'd be 12.
Yeah, they would have had a really, really strong
Generally, they wouldn't be far behind you.
No.
If
No.
12 wins and 8
How many-
draws.
wait,
Quick
sorry,
maths,
how many points
36
you on still?
plus 8,
48.
44.
Are you on
Wait,
48?
Yeah, we're on
Yeah,
48.
they'd be 2 points behind Chelsea.
I feel like
Well, we
you've
got
been in- I
games.
feel
We
like
got
you've been
games
in
in
the
hand. We've got 2
40s
games in hand.
You do.
You've
over
been
a
in the
lot of these
40s
teams.
for weeks.
Chelsea can sneak 6th, with their games in hand.
It could
can
happen.
sneak 6th or
It
7th.
could happen if the other results fall for them as well. Did you give us a score prediction, Luton Everton?
Everton are mathematically safe now, so yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Luton. Yeah.
2-1 to the Hatters. Let us know in the chat what you think. We've got again some very, very mixed predictions there in the chat. That's Luton versus Everton tomorrow night. Back into Saturday, Brentford versus Fulham. Cheeky little West London derby / South West London. 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Probably not.
Probably not, are they?
But geographically,
I
I'd
actually
say
think there
they
is a
are.
little
Do you think
bit.
there's something
There's a
brewing?
little bit
I
of.
think so. because
My mate
Brentford
Jack,
done such
Fulham
good work
fan,
the
doesn't
last
like
10
Brentford.
years. Just
Yeah.
to, yeah. Interesting.
Score predictions for this one. I mean, again, looking at the table, Brentford, they did have a odd couple of months, but just 1 point behind Everton now. So you'd like to say that they're safe. 2 wins in 5, 1 loss in 5. So you'd like to say Brentford have done enough now to stay in the Premier League for next season, of course. But Fulham, again, a bit of an up and down season for them, but again, nice and safe in 13th,
Yeah.
43 points. What do we think for this one
Are
then?
they on the beach?
I think this is just a beach
both be on the
football
beach.
game.
I feel like Brentford aren't necessarily on
Shoes
the beach
off.
yet.
They are. They're mathematically safe.
Derby. So actually,
They're mathematically safe. They're 10 points clear of Luton. 3 games to go.
It's got 1-1 screaming
I know.
all
So
over.
they can both be on the beach really if they want to.
That's what I mean.
think one
I'm not to
will.
say it's gonna be a boring game, but like it's just
Chilled
but
vibes.
it's the beach games that yield
You
a
can
lot
get
of
goals. Yeah, you can because
They
there's
could
just
be a
lapse
bit-
of concentration, few
Is
errors.
that my runner just running?
Oh,
Oh, never
oopsie
mind.
days.
Oh.
Is that Muniz again? Is it?
4-3. I'm going to go 3-all. They've served up
Wow.
some games with goals as well. I think Brentford might have won 3-2 there early in the season or last season. Can't remember. I'm going 3-all.
I'm going 1-0.
Goals.
3.
Like
I'm
2-2.
going 1-0. I just think, again, we've said it, a beach game for both teams potentially. Let us know in the chat what you think. We've got 2-2 from Osnips. Rivals crying is the best bit about Arsenal winning. That's not even a super chat. That's from the Arsenal Avenger. There you go.
Arsenal
I'll
Avenger.
jump back into the super chats very shortly. What else have we got on Saturday? Burnley, Newcastle. Much bigger game for Burnley than it is Newcastle. Or is it though? Because Newcastle sitting in 7th could potentially sneak up into 6th if they get this win.
I think they're favourites for Europa League.
Yeah, but
So it's a
again,
big game.
big game for them. But who's it bigger for? That's maybe the question. Burnley or Newcastle? When you look at
Burnley.
Burnley's position, I mean, Matty Renton would say
It's a bigger
they're
game.
already down. This is more of an occasion.
They're not
for
already down,
Newcastle.
though, are they? That's the
well,
thing.
that's what he would say.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying he's right, am I?
Yeah. So listen, I think it's a massive game for both teams because
Yeah.
Newcastle, if they can get Europa League with all the injuries they've had,
would be
especially
a
when they
phenomenal
massively overachieved to get
Yeah,
Champions
for
League in
sure.
the first place. So that would be back-to-back seasons of European football for Eddie Howe, which is incredible.
Yeah, I don't think Conference League is anything to laugh about for them. I'm being deadly serious. Like, get back
they
into
take it.
No,
Europe.
until you win something, you'd honestly take anything. But
Tell that to Aston Villa.
Europa
when they
League
got
is,
in it
is
last
right
year.
there.
Now
And
look at them.
Man United have been so
I've
poor.
never laughed at that competition, honestly. Like,
Would you take it?
No.
Well, they
But-
would have been in it if it was invented in time.
Yeah.
They would have been in it twice.
I might have snuck it. No, but Gareth Bale.
I think you
denied
actually
us.
would have missed it.
You had it. How do you guys
You
do
have to
it?
finish 7th to
How
get
did
it,
we
right?
do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had
They finished
8.
8th.
Yeah.
We got disqualified.
Oh, you got disqualified.
We actually got-
Tottenham
Oh,
got
right.
knocked out of it.
We
They
got
couldn't play
we
a game.
actually got disqualified.
Got disqualified.
We got
I
disqualified.
feel like that went under the rug a little bit.
It did, yeah.
Disqualified
How'd you
from
get
Europe.
disqualified from a
What
whole
did you
European
even
competition?
do?
Nobody talks about it.
I think it was to do with COVID.
You just didn't get the games played in time.
No,
Yeah,
what happened is you had to
it's-
pull out of a game, and so you were just given the defeat. I
don't
think
think
it
they
was.
We basically
They're like,
decided just
"Oh, really?
to basically force.
Defeat?"
Yeah.
It's another trophy just dashed away.
Pretty
just-
much.
Who was the team?
Conte went, fuck that. I'm not.
Didn't even
not
fight
Who
for
was
it.
the team that
that we.
disqualified you or knocked you
I think
out?
Rennes are the ones that ended up going through.
Yeah,
Right, it was some
maybe.
mad team though.
Some other team. Yeah, they would have
Oh,
been
like-
a mad
like
team as well.
Carabag
They
or
were fighting for
Sheriff or
second in that
something.
How
group.
did they get on that year?
Don't know, but we
Quite bad.
just thought don't
Quite
fancy
bad.
it. Let's
Nice.
just.
Tottenham West Ham final would
Quite
be
bad.
brilliant, though, wouldn't it?
Oof, can you imagine?
Imagine just palming off all these
Or a
trophies.
Liverpool
It's
West
crazy.
Ham Europa League final would have been
Conte don't fancy it.
really
Oh,
unmatched.
wait, no, that was a different year. My bad, carry on.
Score prediction for this, I will go with a spirited 2-1 away win to Newcastle.
Newcastle. I'm gonna go with a Burnley win.
Are you?
I am.
All right, Cheryl.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. No, I'm gonna go with a Burnley win because I feel like they need to book their ideas up. They can stay up.
That's not that bad to be
It's
fair.
pretty good, isn't it?
How are we, lad?
Slim Burnley win. What do you
Out of
reckon on this
context.
side?
out of context accent. Why don't we just see the rest of the show in an accent, shall
Go
we?
for it.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, just do the rest of the
Alright,
show.
come on
Newcastle, I'm going to say quality prevails. Alexander Isak is in insane
Yeah,
form
big
right
form.
now. Gordon's playing really well. So I'm going to
Brilliant.
go over 3-1 Newcastle win.
Ooh, 3-1.
It's a big
Let's
game
know
for
in the
them as
chat
well.
what
They
you
need to-
think.
they need to win.
Someone saying that's a good accent, says Abs in the chat.
Thank
so
you.
shout out to you. Abby went from Geordie to Scottish, says Crunk King. 3-3-2. There you go. Next up on the discussion list, Sheffield United versus Nottingham Forest. Again, Sheffield United, they
Big
are
game,
gone.
this.
They are gone. Officially, they have been relegated from the Premier League after
Yeah,
the first year back.
Wilder petty.
Minus
Big for Forest.
how many goals they
though.
conceded?
Big for
100.
Forest.
Yeah, it's a lot. Triple
nearly,
figures.
not-
Six-
Are they there yet?
100 goals.
They conceded 100 yet?
Don't know. Well, their goal difference
They
is
have
minus
conceded
63. innit?
97 goals.
Oh,
97. Oh, yeah,
that's-
they're almost
Is that a
there.
record?
Maybe derbies as
You
well.
can't
Some
play a
derbies
back
as
three
well.
all
Derby's
season and
actually isn't
concede
it?
100
So
goals.
this is
100 goals. That's
Well,
mad.
97.
Not there.
Give
Not
them
yet,
some
not there yet.
respect.
But they
They've
could get
scored
100.
25.
If I was them, I'd be
So-
aiming for 100.
Can you say
No,
how
they
many
scored
goals-
34.
how many goals-
Centurions.
You got to be remembered for something.
Spurs
Centurions,
have
but in the
scored
negative.
67.
You should. Sheffield United should honestly just concede 3 more goals and just leave it at
And
that.
you've conceded 50.
No, they actually came up with some like
That is
problems.
awful
as well.
to
I
be
don't
fair.
even
We've
want to laugh too
conceded
much, but
52.
52 goals. You have a goal difference of 15, yeah.
If I was them,
Wow.
I'd be rocking the Centurions. Then.
That's so
I really
bad.
would.
Was this Tottenham?
I said, yeah, what's Tottenham's? And that was so bad.
not bad.
52.
We've conceded, how many did you say? 67?
Oh, everyone's defences
You
outside
scored
of
67,
Scored
conceded
67,
52.
conceded 52.
United have
goals.
listen to this one though. This is the worst one. United have scored 52 and conceded 51. Goal difference.
That's
of
yeah,
one.
yeah. Their goal difference has always been like 0-1, -1.
Or not.
Everybody's defences outside of the top three have
Poor,
been
really.
appalling.
I mean, even the top three. I'll be
It's
honest.
not great.
Arsenal conceded, and this
Arsenal's
is maybe
defence has
compared
been-
to
Yeah.
last season,
Yeah.
when Arsenal's was potentially better.
No, it was
no,
worse.
well,
28.
this season's been good for
28.
defence.
But Man City have conceded 32. We've conceded 36. Villa 52.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Same
Outside the
Spurs.
top three, it's
That-
done.
Honestly,
We've
the art of
conceded 28.
defending.
Yeah, it's good. It's
The
good.
art-
28 and 34.
Yeah.
No, 35.
There might
Was that last year? 35.
No, this season. No, in 35 games. How many
Oh, okay.
we played 35.
35,
yeah.
There is no such thing as the art of defending anymore.
No, there isn't.
No, this is
just
Liga's
back on to
wash.
Forest
He's
Chef. We say this is a dead rubber for Chef, but for Forest,
It's big.
away game at Bramall Lane, they have to win.
They have to win.
They have to.
Got to back Forest on this.
Yeah, I think I will. Divock Origi.
Rise.
You've
Right.
named him. How
Every-
has he scored this season?
I think you said it
don't
every
think so.
week.
No, he hasn't. Has he?
Has he risen once?
just
He has-
my guy.
He doesn't
No.
even play.
He's just my guy.
Just
doesn't even
rise.
play.
Just have a little.
You need to start doing
the mo-
Hudson-Odoi prop
Yeah.
really for that team.
Yeah.
Because the most
Nah.
he
Langdon.
rises is literally just to get on and off the bench. Like that's
he
it.
gets up.
That's
not,
it.
Not coming on, and then he sits back down again.
mad.
Off
That's-
the bench.
that's
So is he just like a super sub everywhere? Not even super now, just a
He's
sub.
just sub.
He was a super sub for
Liverpool,
us. Yeah.
AC Milan.
He's actually not even sub. It's just match day squad.
So if he was to go to the Championship, would he not start again?
Listen, if
Would you take him though? Would you take him?
No, I wouldn't take him.
Okay, just asking.
What kind of silly question is that?
I need to finish it.
Champions League winner? Mate.
Would you take him?
Maybe at the minute. I need someone to put the ball in the back of the net. Maybe.
Start him every game. He scores goals.
Forest played well against City. They did. If Chris
Yeah.
Wood,
Well, he
decided
didn't
to take
That's
it
a lad
off,
that
seriously.
rised.
Well,
He knew
didn't
what was at
rise
stake.
because he should have scored a
No,
lot
he
more
rised.
goals.
He
If it
rised.
weren't for Chris Wood, I
rose.
wouldn't be supporting
He rose.
Tottenham.
Thank
So-
you.
Rised. Well, I was going to say, where did you go to school? And then I forgot we went to the same school.
He-
So that's
he
not great
rose.
for both of us.
He
Score
rose.
prediction:
Good
Sheffield
grammar.
United, Forest.
3-0 Forest.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a heavy one.
I'm just going to go 2-1 Forest.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 Forest.
2-0, yeah.
You going for that as well? Let us know in the chat. 5:30 kickoff. Man City versus Wolves at home at the Etihad. I mean, I want to build this up and say that Wolves are plucky underdogs in this tie. That Hwang rises, Neto comes back off the injury table and sticks one top bins to satisfy Arsenal, potentially even Liverpool, but probably not. But I don't think I will. James, 4-0 City. Does that sound about right?
You blind?
Well, I'm trying, mate.
there were some interesting little things that Arsenal fans have been saying to give us hope, which is that
What have we
Wolves
got?
are 2 points behind Bournemouth, and
Correct.
Gary O'Neill, former Bournemouth manager, might want to get top 10, finish above Bournemouth, former
Might.
club who let him go.
Might.
You never know, there's something there, but that is reaching.
That is reaching.
Real
I
reach.
don't even think he knows about that.
Someone tell Gary. O'Neill.
Someone tell Gary that's what that's.
Gary, you got the chance at top 10 here, mate.
You got the chance to finish above.
You want
your
to finish
club.
above Iraola, you want to let them know what they missed out on.
If
I'm-
Wolves win, Liverpool back in it.
No.
No, fair enough. Just a question.
I actually haven't mathematically ruled you out, by the way.
I
know
have
you
about
have,
a
but I
month ago.
haven't. I haven't mathematically ruled you out.
Well, you should.
The problem is
Well,
the
you can't.
5-point gap with 3 games to go.
It's the 5-point. It's the 5-point gap. To
It's not
Arsenal. We've got
happening.
2 home games. But hey, let me put it this way: if Arsenal and
City got a game in hand.
City
Forgot
dropped
about
It's
that.
literally not happening, Abbi.
Yeah, it's not.
Rule
I
them
tried,
out.
but it's
All
not.
right, well, then we've only got one hope.
no,
Is
I
it?
mean, yeah, City. I actually don't think it's going to be a 4-5-0. I think it will be a. One of those nervy 3-1s where like it's 1-1 for a lot of it, or it's 2-1, but
Like
Wolves have
Liverpool have done a
chances.
lot of times this season.
Yeah.
It's our most popular score.
I think it'll be one of those nervy 3-1s where if you didn't watch the game, you go, "Oh, City did their thing," but actually maybe Wolves caused them more problems. City is still not really at it. At the
Sorry,
back.
just Matisse and I eye rolling shock you had to make that back Liverpool.
Every
Oh,
time.
no, it's-
Shock.
Every single
You
time.
could talk about Liverpool.
Yeah,
it's
thank you,
okay.
James.
Every
Shut
minute
up,
though.
shut
Every
up.
every minute of every day.
Listen, when
Yeah,
you're,
it's
when
been
you're
7
here,
minutes.
you up
7 Champions Leagues.
When you're here, you up.
James,
Okay.
don't listen
So
to
I've
her.
got-
Don't
got
listen
hate
to
on
her.
You must.
Don't listen to
If
her.
we're hating, you must join.
Do you
That's
really
how we
want
work
hate in your life?
on this table.
Yeah, I
Do you want that?
Understand the
I
assignment.
don't need hate in my life.
Understand the show.
Do you want that?
Do you want that?
Yeah. Better.
Do you want that?
Happier.
Do you
More
want that?
positive. Have we done score predictions?
Wolves.
Again, I'll
3-1
stick.
City.
Is
stick with
is
4-0.
Cunha fit?
I'll get it up.
Matthias Nunes against his old club. Come on.
players.
Long ranger.
Mateus Nunes, yeah, that's a good shout that against his old club. Still out, I think, Abby.
Still out.
Mateus
Okay.
Nunes, yeah.
Cool.
Do you know what? They've had spells of strikers this season that have come in and done really well, and then they've just got injured.
Yeah.
You look at Hwang's run that he had mid-season. Maybe you could add Cunha in there as well. Neto had a great run. But it's all kind of just, it's been in dribs and drabs, and they've got so many injuries.
I can't quite remember because they signed him, I think, last season, and he had a long-term injury. I think came
He's
back
now
with another
gone
long-term
to
injury,
the 6'7" lad.
Yeah, I think so. Did he not get another injury straight after coming back?
Yeah, I really felt for him.
Comments, let me know.
I really feel for him. I'm trying to find his name. It escapes me. I'll go 4-0. I'm sorry, I'll go 4-0.
This does worry me a little bit. I do agree with James that it could be a little bit nip and tuck. I do think it will go over the line, but Wolves have got enough.
Whole styles make
Cunha
fights,
is fit, apparently.
Yeah, as well.
Back
exactly,
three,
on the break.
tall centre back.
Cunha is fit, apparently. Sarabia, in and around.
Good player.
Man City do give you chances as well.
Nori, like
Very good
bombing
player.
up and down the touchline.
João Gomez,
It's Foden back for this.
I like
hopefully.
João Gomez,
Hope
by
so.
the way.
only
he fit?
23.
Foden should be back for this, surely.
He can take another week off.
So we've done the score predictions. So I'm
think
sticking with
that's-
I go
4.
2-1 City.
I think 3-1 City, but I think it'd be KG
Yeah.
until the end.
Pardon the pun.
Very nervous for this.
Hey,
Also, you can see me in KG tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.
call-in show.
Call-in show.
Love to see
Make
it.
sure you join us.
Wow.
Super.
Big one.
Straight after the big
Brighton,
game.
Aston Villa, Sunday, 2 o'clock.
Good segue, that.
Very nice. Brighton, Aston Villa then, what do we think? Aston Villa currently in 4th, Brighton down in 12th.
Villa.
No wins in 5 for Brighton. Is
Yeah.
this a routine win for Villa?
Brighton are in poor form. They've got a lot of injuries. They're putting out teams with players that I actually don't even recognise now. And Villa are fighting for something. So you'd assume that Villa...
At the Amex?
But Villa are coming off European football this week.
Yes.
So that could
They
play a
play
part.
tonight, don't
yeah,
they?
Yeah, that could play a part in their fatigue or recovery. But I still would say Villa, just based on Brighton at the moment, season's kind of done. They don't really have anything to play for. They've got a lot of injuries, and Villa are actually fighting for something. So you'd say Villa, maybe edge it, maybe 2-1. And De Zerbi, he just won't go any other way than excessively trying to play out from the back. And you know, Villa, if they put the right players in the areas of Watkins and Bailey, and there's just enough players there to counter press, and I can see mistakes and goals coming that way as well. There's not really many guys in that defence on form.
They're away, aren't they, though?
Have Brighton
Yeah.
let themselves down this
But
season?
Barco's young. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think the expectation again.
So many
from-
injuries, man.
Yeah, loads of injuries.
And they didn't even have a really great window like replacing
No.
McAllister and Caicedo,
Caicedo.
really. So
I think that they overachieved anyway, like
Yeah.
last year, and I think like De Zerbi football again, like we're just seeing the two sides to it. They are
11 wins,
inconsistent.
11 draws, 12 defeats.
remember they were in Europe as well.
Yeah.
They had to manage that. Just for the first time.
I think maybe we'd be harsh if we say that.
I
about them.
think
They could sneak a top 10 finish.
they've had
in the
too
end,
many
12th
injuries,
at the minute.
man. I wouldn't say that they should be this low down, but there's a middle ground to it. Maybe a couple places higher, but I don't think it's
Do you think
enough
it should be
to-
like around like where are they in the table?
I think they're 12th. They could be 13th, 14th if they keep losing
No, I feel
games.
like maybe I feel like maybe we probably expect it to be around like the 7th to 9th mark.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
injuries.
I
about
can't
that.
bring myself to be critical of De Zerbi and Brighton. I just can't do
Too
it.
many injuries.
I'm looking at their the 11 that started against Bournemouth. I mean, obviously some young players. Barco hasn't played a lot of football, but it was
I
a big
do like
signing.
the look of this Barco.
Yeah.
though. He was very much.
He came in
hyped.
with a lot of promise.
Only
yeah.
19.
He's the ginger kid from Argentina, isn't he?
Yeah, you got Armani up top, you got a fire at right back. But I'm looking at their bench: Webster and Cesar, Welbeck, Baleba, Veltman, Lallana, Modef, Fatty, and Steele as well. Like they can put out a good 11 against Villa if they want, and I think they will. And I think they're going to beat Villa.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
They're so
3-2.
inconsistent.
No,
yeah,
you want
that's the
that
thing, I
because you
can't
want
trust
Tottenham to
them.
get roped back in. That was
Here we go.
you sneaky.
We've
This is
uncovered
another
it.
thing, guys. When I have agendas, I get called out. I get trolled.
You sold it
James
well.
can
You
come
sold
on
it
in
very
and
well.
have
I
agenda.
think they will.
Yeah,
It's
you
all
sold,
right.
I think they'll get something.
you sold
See,
that well.
I'm the opposite. I'm going for a big Villa win.
Same.
Big
Villa
one.
win. I'm going to go 4-2 Villa.
That's the likely outcome.
Do you know what? You make a good point about the bench. I don't think I've ever, an hour before kickoff, seen a Brighton team and gone, that's their best 11 all together on the pitch at
no,
the same time.
There's no Solly
There's
March,
so
no
much
Matoma.
chop and change
Yeah.
at that club.
But
And the
De
bench is
Zerbi-
really good, though. That's the thing.
De Zerbi has this ability. They got slapped, I think, 6-1 by Everton last season.
They
It
did,
went,
which was out of the blue.
They had Arsenal next. He went, you're going to see the real Brighton. And I was like,
Brilliant.
okay. What? 3-0.
3-0.
Why
Bang.
us?
On your head
they,
top.
they have this
Hold.
ability because they
For sure.
stick to what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll go out and know exactly what they want to do. If he just gets those players and Cease on the pitch, Welbeck for a bit of experience with João Pedro, Veltman back in that defence. Honestly, I genuinely think they can beat Villa. And yeah, Villa absolutely the favourites to win it. But Villa have thrown away a few leads. Chelsea, they could have lost that game.
True.
You got the Brentford 2-0 lead that ended up being a 3-3.
United way back at Old Trafford, 2-0 up at half-time.
And yes, they were 2-0 up at the Emirates, so we didn't turn that around, I know that. But they've got those moments in them. So I just feel like this could be end-to-end. And even if Villa do take the lead, I still think Brighton can find a way back in.
See, I disagree. I think the moment has passed for them. I think they're now actually quite a well-oiled machine. No, Villa.
Oh, Villa.
I don't think they slip up in this one. So I'm going to go 2-1 Villa. And I think if they win that, they're really starting to put pressure on Liverpool, who actually have to go there on the 13th of May on a Monday night as well and get something there. So, score predictions, have we all done them? I'm going 2-1 Villa.
Yeah, I had 2-1
I'm going to go 4-2 Villa.
4-2.
Big. I feel like there'll be goals in this game. I really fancy goals.
Yeah, Villa give you chances, as we saw. Second half against Chelsea. Brighton definitely give you chances. So
For sure.
there'll be
Watkins
lots of,
will score.
Yeah, Watkins will score. I'm not sure who'll take the chances for Brighton right now. A little bit. They're missing a lot of firepower up there. So, but yeah, I got Villa 2-1.
3-1 Villa, says David in the chat. Up the Villa, says Daz Ball 26 as well. It's hard to preview another game of a club that we've already spoken about because we don't know the context of the game tonight. But Chelsea do play West Ham and Tottenham obviously play on Sunday as well. But Chelsea, West Ham, 2:00. That is a fierce London derby.
Are you at West Ham?
All right,
It's at Chelsea, this one. So
you're
2
at
home
home
games
all the
in a
time.
row.
Well, it's fair. Every season,
I feel like
everyone
you're
gets the
at
same
home all
home
the
and away
time.
games.
Like every time we do a game, it's
Do
like
you
you're
think
at
there's a
home.
conspiracy going on?
Yeah.
Do you want to check the
course.
fixtures?
I just
you
like-
didn't used to know
I
the
feel
fixtures quite well.
I feel like you've just missed all like your away games.
They
Like,
were
I feel
played
like
earlier
you're
in the
home
season.
All the time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You can check if you want. It's definitely fair.
West Ham, please.
Why do you want West Ham to do anything against us? What's it got to do with you?
I just still hate you. I mean,
Okay.
just because I'm a bit down today about our game doesn't mean I don't hate you.
Listen, West Ham at home, I mean, it's tough to talk about before Tottenham because I have no idea what's going to happen. If we lose at home to Tottenham, we go into the West Ham game with pretty toxic atmosphere, to be honest. Whereas if we win, it's a little bit more vibrant maybe. But
A lot of London derbies for you.
yeah, a lot, man. It's been a very
You've had a lot of big
exhausting
games.
last
You
couple
two
of
must be
weeks.
exhausted.
Oh, very
Can you
exhausted.
not see the energy has
Yes,
drained
very,
out of me?
very. I'm very, very tired. Very,
Tired
very,
this
very
week,
ready
you
for the
know?
season to
No,
end.
I feel
very
exhausted.
ready.
Me too, man. Genuinely, if the season could end tomorrow, I'd do it.
Oh, West Ham.
Score prediction. I'm going to go random one, 2-1 Chelsea.
2-2.
But again, without knowing the score tonight, it's difficult.
It's
to
very
give
difficult.
a score prediction.
West Ham are
with
so
the context.
unpredictable as well.
Very. I was at West Ham last week. They turned it on in the second
The
half.
only thing I worry about with West Ham, if I'm honest, is the set pieces with Zuma, Souček, Bonner if he plays. We're not good at defending set pieces. They're pretty good aerially. Ward-Prowse got great delivery, so that concerns me.
I think he didn't start the game against Liverpool. He came on, but similar to Maddison, started off so well at West Ham. 5 goal contributions in his first 10 games, I think. Scored a free kick.
He's dropped off.
You know,
He was getting England shouts before.
Yeah.
Started to drop off a bit.
But technically on the ball, the way he can whip that ball in is best in him, De Bruyne and Trent. I'd say are the best 3 at doing that in the Prem. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Up there,
I have
aren't
them
they?
up there, yeah.
Score prediction.
This is literally just on the fly because, like I said, it's very difficult to predict. Probably have 2 more injuries by that point. 2 injuries per press conference.
You got that spot on.
I have got it spotted. I've done the maths.
You know what?
I've
Matisse
done the
for manager.
calculations, and we got another 2. This Silva and Disasi
Maybe
this
it
week.
should be you.
So we're gonna probably have another 2 for this one. But then again, it's
Would
close.
you
close
take
quarters.
the job?
Me? Would I take the job?
Yeah.
I mean, I would, but I would.
Matisse
I'd
was
be
manager
very,
of
very
Chelsea.
worried.
Genuinely. And this isn't like
don't
bullshit.
have my license. So
You-
Genuinely, they'd be better.
I probably
than
take.
where they are
I'd
now.
take James.
Matisse genuinely
I was
does
gonna
it.
say, you
I'd take
take
James as the number 2
Genuinely.
Yeah,
immediately.
100%.
Me and him just.
Would
And I'm
you
feeding
be
fraudulent stats.
would you be tracksuit or
No, I'm wearing suits every time.
suit
You know me,
every
I love
time?
a suit.
What
Yeah,
would
of
you go
course.
for? Suit or tracksuit?
Suits every time. Suits and
No,
sunglasses.
he's going for the chinos and the
Yeah,
quarter zip.
chinos and
Oh
a
yeah,
cardigan.
and the
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a pet, like
Cool.
pet
Yeah,
wise.
yeah,
What are you
yeah,
going
yeah.
for?
Probably a roll neck.
And I shave my head as well.
Yeah.
Go bald.
Take it. Probably a roll neck and
Otherwise
a
I won't take me
blazer.
seriously.
Not like
Yeah,
shirt
true.
and tie, but still
Just like smart.
cash.
Or like maybe like what, like a Rob Edwards.
then-
Would you take the job if Tottenham
Yeah.
offered you the job?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way that's happening.
No, I'm
mate.
just
Could you imagine how I would be after a loss
We're
in that changing room? I'd be like, you fucking joking.
Get my vape.
the chances of us being a success are like 0.000000001.
I do it for a game. Just
However,
to
if
see.
the email comes in, like,
You're
what
obviously
do
gonna
you
take-
do? Like,
you're
you
gonna take
can't
it.
say no, can you?
Yeah,
That's a knock
you get
on the
an
door,
email,
isn't it?
literally.
A knock on the door. What is this, the
I thought it was an
police?
Instagram DM.
Oh, wait, open
Hi,
up.
mate.
Yeah.
Giving you a job.
Are you blind?
Todd Bowley here.
Tom Bowley here in your DMs. Can you do this?
£300 million budget. Could
For
you-
1 week.
Oh, do you know what? That's a good
I'd
question.
get
Yeah.
the best assistant I could possibly think of in football.
Which would be who?
Go to Brighton.
I
and
don't
get
know,
one.
but I'm thinking of like
He's
someone
already sacked
so
you.
overqualified.
gone.
It's
You just said
ridiculous.
I didn't even get a
you're
chance.
games. He hasn't even been able to
I
put his-
announced my uniform and I'm gone.
He hasn't put his roll neck on yet, and his zip
No,
up.
okay.
No,
you can have multiple
he's
assistants.
a quarter neck
You can have
kind of-
multiple, but I have to have someone who actually has their badges.
Right, I see, I got it.
If you had one player, we've gone on a real tangent here, but smash
Yeah.
the likes.
Yeah, let's get to 2K ASAP.
If you could
7.5K
buy one
watching.
player, if you were manager, who would you buy?
Any player. I'm
Any
realistic.
player.
I can be unrealistic.
You've got okay.
They've got to be alive as
They've
well.
got to be alive.
Shit.
But,
There's Maradona gone.
all right, we're going to give you a budget of 100 million. We'll give it. No, let's make it realistic. You've got a £100 million budget. and you buy
One realistic
player.
signing for Chelsea.
That's not- they need
£100 million
£200
can
for
go
it
on
to
a
be
realistic
realistic.
signing for Chelsea.
What is realistic these days?
Well, exactly.
Let's not even put a money thing on it, I think.
Okay,
Because they've
fine.
got the
All right,
money.
fine.
Yeah,
Take the
you're
money
right.
off.
They do have the money.
So just who do you want? Quick though.
I'd probably bring in Harry Kane
Yeah.
up front.
Oh, Abby,
Yeah.
that's not the answer you were hoping for there, is it, darling?
Harry
I
Kane.
think that's realistic.
Harry Kane. He loves London.
Yeah, he does.
Who would you bring in?
One player. Probably Harry Kane. Win the league, mate.
Really interesting, isn't
Should we all
it?
sign
you bring
Harry
back?
Kane?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane? Harry Kane? I think we could
Musiala.
all do with Harry Kane. Man.
Could.
Yeah, we
Musiala.
could. Just really again.
Bangs in goals.
I tell you what, this show has been interesting because I've seen narratives and agendas that I've had all season, which I wasn't allowed to have, which now apparently you can have
What
if you're an
have I
Arsenal fan. And now I'm seeing Harry Kane, who has been slandered
Not
so
me.
many
Not me.
times.
Not me.
So many times.
I think
and now
this
you're
is
all
actually
saying
a,
Not me.
This
Not
is
me.
a bit of a
Interesting.
juxtaposition.
You must
because
be
I
on the
think
wrong
you've
show.
created a narrative.
Really?
You do a lot of shows.
Interesting.
Are you confusing us with someone else?
No.
You're preying on my downfall.
Yeah,
I
see-
want success for
It's
you.
at 5, isn't it?
It's 5, Talk Sport.
Yeah,
It must be one of them ones.
ESPN, one of them.
One of them, man. Them.
Not us, mate.
It wasn't us.
Anyway.
People are saying Mbappe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's between Mbappe
Harry
and
Kane,
Kane
for me. All day. Kane all day
Because
long.
I think in our team, what we need is an out-and-out number 9, which I thought we had.
Holds the ball up, drops
Yeah.
them deep. Don't
Brilliant.
miss, don't miss chances.
We thought we had that.
Poor Darwin.
Can't just put 9 on anyone these days.
Yeah.
What
Doesn't
happened
hit
to the
same.
guy that used to sing the song? Like, Darwin, Darwin. It's still gone quiet for
Still
Darwin.
out here. He actually commented on the Cop TV the other
Did
day.
he?
I was
They were
like,
great.
"Oh,
They were
brother,
great.
Brother.
I love them. They were brilliant.
Darwin, Darwin.
Yeah, so score predictions for that one we've done. Liverpool Tottenham Sunday 4:30 kickoff at Anfield. What a game this was last
get
season,
something.
by the way. What a game! Jota
get
in the
a
last minute doing
You
the
never get
FIFA
anything
celebration.
wrong. We always think you do.
Richarlison scored off the bench, 4-3 last year.
Went to cash
Do you know
out
what?
my bet.
It's always a good
Johnson
game.
scored.
It's always a good game.
Always
this
a
one
good game.
at Anfield.
Always.
Always something that happens. Controversy. We've got obviously a bit of revenge to be dishing out after what happened back in October, November time. Not that it's actually going to mean
actually
anything.
September.
Us.
It
Was
was
it September?
God, that's been
James,
ages.
what's this one going to be like?
You've got, I think, 3 games in the space of Villa having won. You're going to win at the Bridge, you're going to get a point at Anfield, and then you're going to beat Burnley. And then they've got Liverpool on Monday night.
Villa do, yeah.
Yeah. So,
When is our Burnley game?
next weekend.
Next Saturday.
Yeah. You should know this. And then...
I was thinking, when is the Burnley game?
And
then we
you'll-
got City
you-
on the Tuesday.
and then they've
Wow.
and then you got City the night after, Villa, who will drop points against Liverpool. I'm not a Villa hater. I'm just the title's on the line here.
Listen, I want to see kids in that. City
So
game.
you're
Yeah.
going full strength.
No, we're not. We're going
You are
Vicario
going
in
full
the
strength.
10. We're going Vicario in the 10.
No, you're not.
We're going Brandon Austin in goal.
Do you think Richarlison's not
We're
thinking
going-
I've got the chance to like get some goals
We're
here?
going
At
to.
Anfield,
Yeah.
where
Well, no,
Richard
I'm
loves
it.
After he did the
You're going to draw. You're going to draw. You're
I,
gonna draw at
I
Anfield.
actually don't
2-2.
disagree with that. I think that we will get
Yeah,
something
draw.
out of the Liverpool game. I think maybe tonight might be a draw, and then I don't know why. I think, we might get something from that game.
Liverpool players and fans and manager alike just want the season to end.
Yeah.
Like there's nobody still giving it that anymore.
Mario.
It's kind of done.
Mario does.
Mario
What
still
was
does that.
that?
Still,
It's
Mario's
Klopp.
that's
still
the Klopp.
That's
The
not.
yoga.
Don't never do that again.
I feel like
If you're going to do it properly, it's
Oh, you got.
Wind it up, wind
sorry,
it
got
up.
to
It's
wind it
literally
up.
a
Sorry,
jab.
sorry.
not
But also,
all
you,
this stuff
you were
you're
like
doing.
flinging it.
Well, that's the version of it now that they're
it was
done.
this bit.
Dead.
Why is
But,
Wow.
no, so
just
the-
Wow.
just
now,
some limp.
when Liverpool were in the title race, it was yeah. Now it's
Fair. It's not wrong.
Mate, stop, honestly. If that gets clipped, which I hope it now does,
It's not a bad shout.
Matisse giving it that. Honest, no, get off.
it's the broken version.
really enjoyed that.
It's the
I don't know
remix. It's the remix. It's
the
the
remix.
remix.
Jurgen Flop.
EP. Jurgen
It's
Klopp.
the remix.
That was a good one, to be fair.
I don't
Wood will
know.
rise now. This
Jurgen
fuck, you
Flop.
know, what a show. Wood will rise now.
Floppy
Jurgen
one.
Flop.
Jurgen Flop. What a show. Lots
show.
of
Lot of
clicks.
sexual innuendos. Anyway, let's move on to the score predictions for this one. Liverpool go into this game. Not a lot on the table, I'll be honest.
Jurgen Flop.
Connor Bradley coming back.
Oh,
Yeah,
Connor
100%.
Bradley
Do your
coming
best,
back.
bro.
Is he?
Connor Bradley looks
You
like
love Connor Bradley.
Oh, he's a geezer.
No, I love that he's
him.
back.
To
Fair
be fair,
play.
if he was defended in that Everton game, maybe we wouldn't have conceded that second goal. But he's returned to training ahead of Sunday's meeting with Tottenham. Also heard that Joe Gomez could leave Liverpool this summer, as well as Kelleher. There's
Good
going to be
player.
a
Someone
major
pick up Joe
overhaul.
Gomez.
Well, I don't want him to go. Don't go. Don't
go anywhere.
I'd have him at Arsenal.
Would you?
Stay watching.
We played for a load of centre backs. He
Do you
plays
need
right
any
back,
more
left
centre
back.
backs that can play
Yeah,
full back?
just 4 centre backs.
No, behave.
White, Timber,
Longest serving player,
Tomiyasu,
mate.
Saliba, Kivior, Gabriel, Gomez, and Zinchenko will play against a few teams.
Who are your backup centre backs if Gabriel and Saliba get injured? Who comes
Basically, White, Tomiyasu, Kivior,
Kivior.
Timber, all
Yeah.
of them can
Yeah.
play centre
Yeah,
back.
okay.
So.
Score predictions then.
in? I think it's got
2-2.
2-2, yeah. Actually, no, 1-1 because neither of them are finishing.
It's
their
not
job.
Klopp's last home game, is it? Who have you got?
Wolves is the last one.
Play Wolves on the final day of
Every season when it matters. as
Oh, we
well.
got Everton
It
again.
matters most.
Yeah.
Maybe we
But
should
it
say
actually won't
Norwich.
matter this
We've
year.
got Sheffield.
Sad.
Yeah. 2-2. I can see it. That's the thing. I can see it.
I'm going to go, do you know what? I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs.
All right. Fair enough. I'll go.
I've got to back us to win something.
I'll go
game.
3-2 Liverpool. We don't keep clean sheets, especially at Anfield. I think one clean sheet
I
in
don't
2024.
think we'll just concede one goal now. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't.
No.
Definitely not. So I'll go 3-2 Liverpool. Let us know in the chat. Spurs 4-2 says DJ Superfly
games
Guy.
this week.
3-1 says
Can't
Z.
wait for this week to be over. I'm tired.
Klopp starts
I'm
Salah.
done.
Salah staying at Liverpool.
That's big news, and
think
actually,
it's great news for
that's good
Liverpool.
on
Why
Salah.
not? Yeah.
because that needed to come out pretty
Well,
swift after what happened.
He's just, going along with what his contract says.
True.
No,
He's
but
not
I
breaking
think
his
there's
contract.
an
He's just-
expectation he signs the contract, isn't there? That he signs a new one.
See, it's 50-50.
Yeah,
I don't think he
otherwise
should
you
sign a
can't
new
keep
one.
him then.
Lamar,
I don't
good
think he
song.
should sign a new one.
Been a long time.
I think he should.
Wants me.
I think he should
Well,
finish
guess
out his
what?
Liverpool
She's
contract
watching.
and make a move.
Yeah,
I wouldn't sign a
I'm
new
actually
contract.
all right with that.
Really?
Yeah.
You
But
won't
But
get
then if
I
he
think-
anything back?
does a madness next year, then I'd say, well, let's a 1-year extension, and then we just keep going until he's physically not able.
I think he's done what he needs to do at Liverpool. He's won everything he needs to
I
win.
agree.
He's
I
done it
think
under
he
the
should
manager.
cash in.
No,
He's
he's
done it
still
on-
got- he's
I don't.
still
I don't
got
see
Sutton.
him
There's still
going.
Sutton.
Like, how long is it going to take Arne Slot to rebuild Liverpool to the level of winning titles?
I
don't
think it's-
see
we
Salah
thought
in
that
that.
last season. We thought there's
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah, but that was
Klopp
with
will
Klopp.
rebuild that midfield.
That's with Klopp.
I
Slot
think
is
it's a good look for
I
Salah
agree.
to have said, "I know Klopp's gone, but I'm here one more year." Like
Yeah.
I think that is
To help the
Transition.
transition.
and
But then
I'm
after
sure
that,
Van Dijk will do the same.
yeah,
Did
Van
you
Dijk,
see?
yeah.
Again, I didn't really see it at the time, but Salah was asked at the time of when Klopp announced he was leaving. The interview that he did, which again no one really thought of anything at the time. But when you watch it back, he's almost like, "Why would you do that? Why would you just leave?" He was genuinely, it seemed, quite pissed off that Klopp would leave. Almost, stay with me. Like, we can do great things. If that's again a good song.
Yeah.
Right, score predictions. We've done those. Let's jump back into the rest of the games that are happening, which include Manchester United going to Crystal Palace on the Monday night on the 6th of May, 8 o'clock kickoff. Palace and Jean-Philippe Mateta, the two form players and teams right now. I think Mateta's a nail-on for
I
Player of
think
the
that's
Month,
a
by the
long-
way.
long-
Adam Wharton as well.
Yeah.
Adam Morton, shout out
Really
to him.
impressive.
But in
Will-
terms
Will
of
Hughes.
goals, it's got to be Mateta.
Glasner's, doing bits. I think
doing
this is a
bits.
long night for Manchester United.
I think so too. Yeah.
Long night.
Yeah.
Funny.
Palace in
Funny.
14.
I actually think
40 days.
I'd actually make Palace favourites based
Same.
upon what I'm watching. Just in the recent form from both teams in terms of the way they play, I would more bank on Palace winning than Man United winning.
I'm going to go, do you know what? I know it's early, but I'm going 3-1 Palace.
I'm gonna go 3-3. I don't think United lose.
It's got to be Bruno
3-3.
Fernandes, really, isn't it? That kind of finds a way to
Actually, I like
get
that.
something out of that.
I see your reasoning.
Yeah,
attack.
Why are you going for? Because go on.
Because
explain
United
yours.
still have quality. They don't want to fall out of Europe. You know, they've got Chelsea, Newcastle, West Ham all chasing. They don't want to fall out
Was
of
it
They
last
drew-
year?
they drew at home
McTominay,
to Burnley
last-minute
last
winner
week.
here.
No,
And-
I know.
With
But-
less possession than Burnley.
But they
at home.
also drew with Liverpool.
Yeah, they
Do you remember
did. But they
Palace beating them at
also.
Old Trafford earlier?
And they
Yeah.
beat us at Anfield.
But they also
Yeah,
drew.
they didn't beat you out.
They also bottled a 3-goal
They did.
lead.
beat us 1-0, mate.
They bottled a 3-goal
You drew
lead to
this
Coventry.
season?
Yeah.
You drew 0-0.
What are you on about? It was like 2 weeks ago. We lost against Palace at home.
Oh, Palace. I was talking
Yeah,
about Man
yeah.
United.
Oh,
Oh, no, sorry, yeah.
I fancy Palace. I fancy them.
2-1
I'm
Palace.
gonna
mate.
go. I'm gonna go 2 on Palace as well.
Ever since Mateta tucked his shirt in.
Do you think that's it?
Listen, there's a lot to be said for that. Dyche with the tracksuit.
Honestly,
There's a lot to be said.
when did players think it was okay to not have their shirt tucked in? Maybe I'm a bit of a traditionalist, but
No one.
when I
At
the
think
same
back
time
to
that the
Lampard,
the socks
Gerrard,
got
they all
lower.
had their socks
The
tucked
socks
in.
got
Rodri's still got
the
it.
John
holes-
Terry,
the
socks
hole-
tucked, shirt
the
tucked in.
holes come in the back of the socks.
No, that's really pissed me
You know,
off. That was
there's all things. Sockless, shin padless.
cutting holes
No,
in.
those shin pads that
So
look
small.
like
Baby
this
shin
phone
pads.
They don't
holder.
even.
You know, like it
They
just
look
looks
like a
tiny.
phone, mate.
They don't even
Just
protect
that.
your shin.
What's
Yeah.
the point of them?
No, but in all seriousness,
like
they actually
AirPods.
need to stop that because
It's
dangerous.
There'll be a bad injury one day.
Madueke's AirPod shin pads, disgraceful.
A disgrace.
Genuinely
Is a
disgraceful.
fucking disgrace.
He's a fucking
Yeah, I'm
disgrace,
going
guys.
2-1
Disgrace.
Palace. 2-1
Who's
Palace.
That's Arteta. It wasn't a very good
Guys,
impression.
he's
Nah,
not
that was a few.
fucking disgrace.
That's
You
better.
can do enough accents. Don't,
I can't
you
do that one.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that
Not for
one.
you.
2-1 Palace I'm going for. Let us know in the chat what you think. 3-1 Palace in the chat. We've got 2-2, 3-1 Palace, 5-2, 2-0 Palace, 2-1 United, says Raymond. Have we all done ours? 3-3-3. I'll go with that.
3-1
Palace.
Yeah, I've got a 2 on Palace.
Cool. London Nomad in the super chat says, Abby, would you take Arsenal winning the Champions League if Spurs win the Prem? It's a bit different to the other question. I
Yeah,
guess.
take that.
You take that?
Yeah,
you
take
get the
that.
Prem, they get the...
Take
Yeah,
that.
fair enough.
Take that.
Say that again. You get the Prem. We
You
get
get
the
the
Champions
Champions.
League.
I
I
take
think you
that.
both take that, wouldn't you?
We both take that.
Oh, of course you
All
would.
day
Yeah,
long.
yeah. Come on.
But it's just the Spider-Man meme, isn't it? Like, oh, you're successful.
I take that.
Yeah,
So are
you
you.
gotta.
Listen,
Even
that's
even myself, like as much as I've
Probably because we've won so many Premier Leagues and we'd be out of the
20 years without one?
3 titles, league titles. We won 13, haven't we?
Yeah.
yeah,
titles.
it's too big a trophy to pass up, man. Got to take care
Oh,
of
so
yourself.
football existed before
It's
92,
interesting,
was it?
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Thank God
apparently
for
not,
you,
because
it did,
Spurs,
so we've only won
Spurs were
one, haven't
super
we?
successful
Thank
before
God for you, it
92
did,
as
isn't it?
well, so...
You'd be,
because
we were the
you'd
best
be
team.
right
That's
shit earlier.
difficult. Oh, you
didn't.
Yeah, not really.
want to beat that, though, did we?
Spurs
were
Omar
actually
says,
successful before
oh, here's
92.
one for you people.
Oh, they're saying Bruno's injured.
More successful than
Good.
us.
Well, if that's the case,
Sorry,
then.
but still
Message
successful
retract
nonetheless.
from myself. Omar, I love causing drama. If City win the Premier League, who's had a better season, Liverpool or Arsenal? I'd say Liverpool as they won something at least. It's a good point, Omar.
I
Thanks for the super chat, my
have
friend.
to agree with that.
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll
you would have to.
please, we can
to
dissect
agree
this
with
after.
Yeah, we can.
Hopefully it all goes that way.
It's tough though,
Not-
because
not reading
European-wise,
that one
Arsenal
out.
competed in Champions League.
But they also
I
went
don't
out.
think I can
Liverpool went
actually
out,
read that
caught
one out.
same stage, Europa League.
Trophy.
Yeah.
Next super
Slightly,
chat,
maybe.
Dino Claw. If Spurs lose the next 2 and Villa win Sunday, top 4 done, says Dino.
Cool.
Shout out to you. ZTD in the chat says Kai Havertz has the same non-penalty goals as Cole Palmer.
Yeah, but let's not look. This coming from an Arsenal
No,
fan.
I'm just reading it out.
Yeah, Havertz has done really well recently, but why do penalties not count? Like, and
Yeah, that's
also,
true.
Well, they do.
And he's doing it for a club that's really struggling.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
Cole Palmer, you know, so
Nice to
Just
Yeah.
people trying to be shameless.
L Bags says
Palmer.
Mattis, you must sit there and watch Teta ball. Well, he literally does.
Literally does.
On his
Sacrificial
channel.
Saturday,
Go and-
guys.
go and watch it.
Be
Go and
there.
subscribe.
Mateta, did he say Mateta ball? Mateta, yeah, I'll be there watching
Mateta
Palace
ball.
versus Manchester
Mateta
United.
ball.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
I will be
Oh,
there.
I thought we said Arteta.
Jay, no, he's,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, we'll be there too.
We'll be
What's
there
Monday?
for both.
Manifesting Monday.
Manifesting Monday.
Nice.
I like it. I like
Good,
it.
innit?
I like
Just thought
it.
that now.
Alliteration
Gonna
for
use
the
it.
nation.
Appreciation.
Brilliant. JR, AGT, would you take a treble, but also losing twice to Everton 6-0 in the same season?
Yeah, you
Are we
would.
doing as in like Champions
real
League,
treble.
Premier League,
You've got to
FA
take that.
Cup?
It's a
Yeah,
simple,
you take that
simple.
as a
Yeah,
treble.
of course I would.
The parade alone, Everton fans would be pissed in their houses while
Enjoy your
you
day.
celebrate a
John,
treble.
the mad
your
thing
day,
is, though,
we'll-
we could
we'll
still
take
win
our
a treble,
trophies.
and they would value those 2 results
Yeah,
more
let
than
them.
the treble.
Let them.
Yeah.
God, this show's
Idiots.
been long today, you know.
My cousin's actually working on the stadium. There is a delay. It's going to be finished in about 4 months, so not ready for next season.
Oh.
Ibby says, I've loved Spurs my whole life since Saturday night. Eric says, bigger game for Newcastle. We need Europe to bring in the big names and revenue. Burnley has been a jumping jack and back and forth for 20 years. Who cares? Burnley fans, probably. I Am Ash says, how is it the same RE support for Spurs? Spud's support team so that we lose. It's nothing to do with Spud's achievement. AFC support for the title.
Exactly.
Solomon says, Abby, did you love the spray paint so much you took it home? I noticed you changed your nails from white to red.
Well, the way that
Is that a red rose on?
It is.
I've got red in my
Yeah.
I've got a rose in my hair as well today.
Okay.
No, that's it.
Red,
that's it.
white trainers,
Just
to be
red
fair.
accessories today. No, the way that I work with my nails, right, is I actually really wanted red last time because I hadn't had red for ages. But obviously we had the derby.
Is that how your brain works
Yeah.
when you're in the
and
nail
I was
shop?
like, literally, I was like, I can't get red for the
So
derby.
can you just get the fixture list up before I choose this colour?
Yeah.
So the actual colour I
Wolves
had.
next, is it?
The actual colour I had last time. No, it's only I only do it with Arsenal
Newcastle
games.
next.
The only
White and black.
the colour I had last time
Technicians
wasn't
on it.
actually white. It was actually a really, really pale blue,
Like a nude.
which I did.
Oh, like a
it was like
baked
a
duck egg.
But even paler, like in
Even
some,
paler.
it looked white
Brilliant.
to the naked eye, but up close it was actually a blue tinge. And I did that in support of my team for the derby, which obviously didn't
work.
work. So now we're just back to red.
It's good we all know that.
We are playing Liverpool, but
Fair enough.
you know,
Yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah,
Shout out.
Bit
Didn't
cool.
care that much, did you?
but that is actually how I think.
Shout
when it
out
comes
your
to
nail
derbies.
technician.
Yeah, nail-based Potter's Bar, Louise. I've been going to her for years.
Jeez!
The best in the
Swipe
game.
up to get 20%
The
off.
best.
Crazy.
Brilliant.
Literally the best.
Udayan says, just one question with one hand on your heart. Who do you guys think is going to win the Premier League? Rivalries? Oh, no, come on.
Manchester
Man
City.
I think even James deep
I
into his
said in the halfway point that City would win it.
body. He
You
I
can't-
said
you
that.
can't-
It'd be Arsenal.
You can't not think the team that have won it 3 times in a row with an advantage of leading on same games played is not going to win it unless you're like.
I walk past the Emirates and I'm just like, I just have this feeling, but I'm going to stick with
Yeah,
my
I had
head
that feeling.
over
What's
my
your
heart.
feeling?
Yeah.
That he's going to do it.
My feeling in my heart, my gut is that something special is going to happen.
We're gonna
But
do this.
We actually need to discuss what we're going to do.
I think
Leave the country.
purely logical, forgetting the emotions. Yeah, I think City will.
I've got
Okay,
nothing
fair enough.
booked.
Emery is in James's head, says
You must go.
R1408.
Just not come
R2D2,
back.
hold tight.
See that Emery thing, yeah? I still want him to get Champions League. I just need Spurs in the fight. They can claim on the last
Don't
day.
worry
That's all.
about us. We don't want the fight. We're happy with Europa League. We're cool.
Oh, look at that loser
DR
mentality.
Salon opening up soon.
DR Salon. Who said
You want to hear?
that?
whoa,
In the
whoa! Is that what you want to hear?
Do you know what?
Because-
Genuinely,
Listen,
this sounds
that
mad.
bangs, okay?
Bangs.
That's actually a tune.
Actually,
No, it is a banger.
Go
No,
to
no,
Prague in the
no.
freezing
I'm actually
cold.
No, it's a
What you
banger.
want?
I'm actually
warm you up,
desperate.
mate.
I'm desperate for Europa League
you
football.
up.
Yeah.
I'm actually desperate.
Ready?
Wait.
Ready?
No, because it
Okay.
goes.
Are you doing the intro? Okay.
Da 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 na 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 na.
Yeah, nice. We need Flex and KG back for their.
Oh yeah, they're
Oh
remix.
yeah,
Oh,
the
God,
remix.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what?
That was
It's
elite.
good.
Do you remember that clip of Liaz and the United fans on United View last season saying, "Hey Liverpool, get ready for Carabag next season." That's going to be them next season. So let's run it
Carabag.
back. Shout out Liaz though. Precise Science says Arsenal won the Community Shield. It's a trophy too. It doesn't actually count as a
It
major
doesn't
honour.
actually
Why do we not have a
Unfortunately.
replica in here?
Because it's not a major honour, James.
Yeah.
I
Why
know
not?
that you look
We've
like
got
to add
plates
it.
downstairs.
Listen,
Well,
that's
they-
what they do. They stat pad. They use stat pad in trophies now.
Well,
Your stat
when
padding
Ferguson
trophies.
retired, they
Stat
read off all the
padding
community shields.
I think the
Trophies.
community shields should be abolished.
Yeah,
No, what they should actually
glorified
do,
McDonald's
they need to
friendly.
stop. They need to stop taking the piss,
Yeah.
and they need to make it the Super Cup because abroad they do take it seriously.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I would take it seriously if it was called a Super Cup. I'll be real.
Yeah, I know you would.
The English Super Cup.
A name
I'd actually have
change.
so much
The
respect.
Yeah,
English
name
Super
change.
Cup, which is still the
Suddenly everyone
Community
loves it.
Shield.
What about
Obviously, all the money can still go
Change
to
the
charity
trophy as well.
and
'cause
like all the great
it
causes.
it
but-
looking like a plate is not helping either.
what about the Super League? Oh no, it's been done. Right, let's round it off there. It's been a great show. Big game tonight. Chelsea versus Tottenham. You've heard of our previews. You've heard of all the other games as well. So all that leaves to do for you is smash that like button. Let's get to 2K, Ron. We're 1,700 now. Massive shout out to James, Abby and Mattis for joining us. I've been AGT. We'll be back tomorrow, Abby and KG will,
Tomorrow
with the
morning,
call-in show,
10
10
a.m.
a.m. on
and
DR Sports. So make sure you watch that.
If we lose, obviously, come cook.
Oh, big
Come
win
cook.
tonight.
We've got FCM at the weekend as well, and then
I
we've
do
got
wanna win
another one of
tonight.
these
I
shows, the
don't
roundup,
care about Sunday.
on Monday.
I do
So
care
really
about
looking
Sunday.
forward to it.
do
And
care
guys, if you are just joining us, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon. Take care.